back to Free Falling Thoughts. My name is Free. I am back with your monthly chakra energy reading. So these are going to be some new readings that I'm going to be doing. I decided to pair those with the weekly chakra energy reads or the bi-weekly chakra energy reads, however you want to see it. So I figured that it would be really fun to actually do a monthly spread on the different aspects that are going to need to be focused on as far as aligning your chakras. So we're going to be looking into each of the chakras collectively, and we're going to be getting some messages from spirit surrounding how you can deepen your connection with the divine, better channel your inner wisdom, things with communicating, how you can be compassionate about yourself this month, how you can better manage your ego, how you can embrace your creativity, and how you can remain grounded this year, or this month, I guess I should say. Happy 2021, everybody. Happy New Year. I hope it was great, considering all the shit that, we kind of went through last year. I hope everybody managed to stay safe, and I hope that everybody was able to really get a lot done this past year as far as just surviving, just finding ways to cope, finding ways to manage, finding ways to keep your vibration on its highest wavelength, its highest energy, despite everything that's going on. Like I said, we're definitely going to be diving really deep into the chakras this year. I love working with the chakras, and yeah, so let me stop talking before we start. Just a couple of announcements. So just remember, these readings are general, not specific. They won't resonate with everybody. They are also not gender specific. We're all masculine, feminine energy. Take what resonates and chuck the rest. They are also timeless, so whenever you're meant to come across and watch them is when you're meant to come across and watch them. I will also be offering extended versions of my readings now. So if you guys are finding that this reading is resonating with you and you are feeling divinely guided to watch the extended, then I will leave all of that information in the description box below. All the decks I use are in the description box below. My social media handles and everything's in the description box below. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump on into it. All right. So when I do my chakra readings, I like to start from the crown going down. I know that normally the chakras are read from the root chakra going up, but I like to read from the crown chakra going down. So I like to go from highest to lowest. So that's how the cards are going to be laid out on the table as well. So we are going to start with the crown chakra. So spirit, as it pertains to our masculine and feminine collective, how can they deepen their connection with the divine for the month of January? As it pertains to the third eye chakra, how can the free-falling collective better channel their inner wisdom? How can they better channel their inner wisdom? As it pertains to the throat, how can they improve on their communications this month? As it pertains to their throat chakra and communications. Is my deck upside down? It is not. Okay. As it pertains to our center, our heart chakra, how can they be more compassionate to themselves? I swear to you guys, my deck is not reversed. These are just all popping up in reverse. As it pertains to our solar plexus chakra, how can they better manage their ego this month? As it pertains to the solar plexus chakra, okay. As it pertains to their sacral, how can they embrace any creativity this month? And as it pertains to their root chakra, how can they remain grounded this month? As it pertains to their root chakra, alright, so I can already tell you guys just from looking at the cards that are coming out, this very well might be a repeat of the monthly reading, but I'm definitely getting the energy that a lot of the same messages from the January monthly reading are going to come up in this reading. So with that being said, starting with the crown chakra, how can you guys deepen your connection with the divine this month? We have the Knight of Pentacles. I feel this is all about trust. This is all about trust. And the reason why I say it's all about trust is because I feel like that this is you needing to trust spirit that your manifestations are going to be coming in. Like I said, this is going literally right back to the monthly reading, and I used a different deck. I used a different deck from that reading, and your monthly energies, you guys are in an energy where you are feeling despair. The burdens you need to release is this feeling of despair, of you not thinking your manifestations are coming in, when in reality spirit is working on getting them to you. You just have a lot of illusions and mindsets you have to drop first in order to see, physically see them coming in, especially considering how I kept mentioning that your upper chakras are blocked. Your throat chakra is going to be opening up. You're going to be having communication that's going to be coming out. But your third eye and your crown are shut. They are shut. You are not physically able to see the manifestations coming into, because you cannot see them coming in with your third eye. You are not vibrationally on the same level or energetically intelligent enough to be on the same level as to know or as of your manifestations. So I feel like when it comes to how you can deepen your connection with the divine this month, you need to remember that you got to put your trust and your faith in spirit and the divine and God, that what you manifest will come in when you are ready for them. You cannot see them because you are not ready for them, and you are not ready for them because your crown chakra is not open to receiving the messages from spirit or receiving the knowledge that spirit is trying to show you on how you can achieve your manifestations coming in. Trust me, you are going to get the clarity. Your upper chakras are 100% being worked on in your monthlies. And it's all centered around your heart chakra, doing the things that you love and manifesting out of a place of love, not out of a place of ego. And because your crown and your third eye are unbalanced right now, you are not able to connect with spirit to the point where you receive the messages that your manifestations are coming in. You cannot see them because you are not yet observant. And trust me, you are getting observance. For those who have watched the extendeds, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You very well get observant. You become very aware of your manifestations once you learn how to look at them from a higher perspective and not out of ego. For your third eye chakra, how can you better channel your inner wisdom this month? 7 of Cups in reverse. When I saw this card come out, the very first thing that I heard Spirit say is, don't fall for the old okie doke. Do not fall for the old okie doke. For those again who have watched the extended, this is definitely a message from the extended where I was saying that once you realize what's coming in and once you realize what you are defending, you are going to be so hip to the game, people are not going to be able to run game on you. I also feel like this is finally making a decision about what it is that you want. I don't feel like you're confused anymore about what it is that you want. Why? Because you have channeled your inner wisdom now. And yes, you have. Because in the extended, you guys had the owl. And the owl is all about inner wisdom. Wise. You're hip to the game. You're not going to fall for the old okie doke now. You know exactly what you're pulling out of your magic hat. You know exactly what it is that you want. Because you are now going to be able to see it from a higher perspective. Not just your physical 3D eyes. Throat chakra. How can I improve my communication this month? We have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. I still feel like this right here is communicating about knowing your worth. Because when it comes to improving your communication, I feel like you still have yet to find your footing and be stable and grounded and rooted in what you are communicating. This is also that warning that I was heeding in the monthly when I was saying be careful about how you come out to people. Be careful how you're communicating. You don't want to communicate in an energy of ego because you are strictly defending something that's like you don't want to throw it in somebody's face. You don't want to be egotistical when checking somebody. You want to check somebody and still be able to respect them. But in order to do that, you have to be able to be stable and rooted and grounded in what you are communicating. I feel that right now you know not of what you speak. Because there's no stability or there's no stability and there's no legitimacy to it at the moment. You are speaking on something that has not yet emerged into the 3D because you do not see it in the way that you should be seeing it. This is reminding me of your monthly where I was saying that's the reason why the sun is in reverse. There is nothing shining on your kingdom right now because you still have yet to even receive the building blocks. Excuse me. You have yet to even receive the building blocks, the instructions on how to even communicate properly. You don't want to defend something in a blind eye Because trust me, once you finally realize what you're defending, once you finally realize that this is just the beginning of your manifestations coming in, releasing those burdens and communicating about them is the beginning of releasing your burdens. You will see, once the manifestations start to come in, once they start to turn, once all of these once the Knight of Pentacles, all of these Pentacle cards start to turn upright, you are going to know why. And if you watch the extended, you know why. Because you become extraordinarily aware of what's going on and what's coming in and what is being defended. I feel like right now you know not of what you speak because things are still hidden to you. Centering the heart. How can I be more compassionate this year? We have the Five of Wands in reverse. I love the fact that this is in reverse because I feel like this is you letting down your defenses. You are no longer finding a need to fight. You are no longer finding a need to fight. This is what I was saying in your monthlies about needing to be resilient. About releasing the burdens and being resilient when you don't even realize that it's gotten to the point where it's gotten so easy for you. Now it's just time to drop the weight because it's extra. But this is also coming from a place of love. Being compassionate by letting down the guards and the defenses around your heart. Especially when it comes to doing the things that you love and wanting to manifest the things that you love. Because it's all about love at the end of the day. It's all about being loyal to yourself. Being your own companion. And letting down the defenses, letting down the walls. No longer needing to fight fire with fire. Or fire with lightning. There's a need to now tap into your heart space and be compassionate with yourself. Why? Solar plexus. How can I better manage my ego this year? By coming into stability as the king of stability. This is the king. This is Mufasa talking to Simba. Those who watch the extended, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is finally being able to say, everything that I have done up to this time has been worth it, because now my manifestations are in my hand. At first, I couldn't see them coming in. At first, I couldn't communicate about it because I couldn't see what it was. But now that I've been able to open up my heart, now that I'm able to manifest out of love and not out of ego, now that I am dropping my ego, I can now become stable in myself. I can now trust my worth. I can now trust my intuition. I can trust spirit. Because the things that I was not able to see before, I see now because I own them. And I've made my decisions about what it is that I want. I now know of what I speak. I can trust that. I don't have to manifest from a place of ego. Because I am stable, rooted, and grounded in myself. I can manifest anything that it is that I want in the tangible. I've already managed my ego and I've conquered my ego. I am now the king. My sun is now shining. Everything that I touch turns to gold because I am Midas. And like I said, that's not coming from a place of pride or a place of ego. It's not coming from a place of selfishness. It's coming from a place of selflessness, because you have focused on yourself instead of focusing on others. As far as your sacral, how can you embrace your creativity this year? Having the strength and the courage to create from a place of passion. I feel like this goes along with learning how to manifest out of a place of your heart, manifesting from your heart space, not from your ego. Because I feel like for a lot of you guys, whatever manifestations that are coming into you, they're going to require for you to love them. And it's needing to have the strength to release the things that do not align with your passions. Not giving up on yourself, being resilient. Knowing that you can do anything that you set your mind to. Not losing courage or passion. Not having the strength to reach deep down into yourself and to really figure out what turns you on. And I don't just say that in a sexual way. I mean, what turns you on a soul level? Being vulnerable with yourself. Giving and telling yourself what you want. Learning how to please yourself, like I said, not out of way of ego, but out of genuine love for yourself. In order to bring that passion and that creativity forward. Making sure that you don't get discouraged or you don't second guess yourself that this is what you're meant to do. Having the strength to ride the unagi even after people tells you that it's not a good idea. But doing it anyway because it's what sets your soul on fire. It's what gets your adrenaline pumping. And root chakra. How can I maintain grounded this year? We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. This is communicating honestly. This is honest communication. Like I said, you know not of what you speak. Because you are speaking from a place of illusion. You do not know of what you speak because you do not have the clarity to know. You do not have the clarity to know right now. Because you still have a lot of things that you need to clear up as far as your upper chakras go. Once your throat, your crown, and your third eye become aligned, you are going to come into a lot of stability. But behind that stability is clarity, and you need that clarity. Without that clarity, you can't remain stable. And without moving with honesty and integrity, you cannot remain stable. You know not of what you speak, Jon Snow, because you are not grounded in knowing. But trust me, you will be, because the one thing you are going to learn to do is you're going to learn how to trust your intuition this month. You're going to learn to let it go, release it to God, release it to Spirit, allow for your manifestations to come in. And you're going to be able to trust. One thing you're managing is that ego. And the next thing you need to tackle is your nostalgia. Bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. I feel like when it comes to the Six of Cups, the Six of Cups has everything to do with your third eye chakra, because after, especially considering you were in the five of Cups in the monthly, wallowing in despair. You were required to remember extended. You were required to remember knowledge. And that knowledge had everything to do with your third eye and your crown chakra. After the 6 comes the 7. But you have the 7 in reverse. Why? Because you are no longer confused about your inner wisdom. Your inner wisdom. Your sacral is your solar plexus is your inner wisdom. You are not going to fall for the old okie doke, because you are stable and rooted and grounded within your trust and your intuition. Why? Because you know the things that have happened in the past. You are not going to fall for the old okie doke. You're not going to be able to manifest from a place of ego, because the 7 of Cups minus the 6 of Cups is the Ace of Cups in reverse. That's unrequited love. That's false love. Manifesting from a place of ego, which you are no longer doing. Once you learn how to balance yourself and balance your energies. All right. Like I said, I definitely feel like a lot of this is elaborating deeper into your monthly reading, because a lot of these messages are pretty much your monthly for the most part. So let's go ahead and get your oracle card here. Spirit as it pertains to balancing. There we go. Alright guys, so we have discernment. The books, films, and people you choose to spend time with subtly fills your beliefs about how the world works. Choosing good food means your body can absorb all the nutrients it needs for optimal health. The same applies for the information and attitudes you surround yourself with. Be selective about the movies, books, conversations you have. Give yourself the opportunity to absorb higher thinking, greater visions, and deeper love. Spiritual meaning. Breathe in the Divine Mother's deep love for the world. Surround yourself with works of peace and compassion. Take on the beauty and joy of living. Increase your concentration of love, and it will naturally flow out into the world, from the high to the low, following the channels to where it is needed most. The energy you foster in yourself and in the world is a choice. Be selective. Choose love. Insight. When particles move from areas of high concentration to lower concentration, it is called diffusion. Osmosis is a type of diffusion that occurs when the water moves from a weak solution, high water concentration, to a strong solution, lower water concentration. The water passes back and forth through a membrane until there is an equal concentration on both sides. The membrane is selective in that it will only let certain things pass. It is by osmosis that water passes through the cell walls of plants until they are stiff enough to be able to hold themselves upright. When there is a high concentration of certain ideas, attitudes, and beliefs, we can absorb something of them with little or no effort. In this way, we might take on helpful or detrimental beliefs or behaviors without realizing it. When we immerse ourselves in quality films, people, films, or books, we take on elevated thinking and positivity until we can hold ourselves upright. Remember, the osmosis process is selective. Be aware of what you are taking on. Yep. I think that is an absolute great message. Absolutely. All right, so let's go ahead and get your crystal messages to wrap up the reading here. All right, so first card out we have here is Black Tourmaline. And our second card is Rhodocosite. Rhodocosite. All right. So we are going to go ahead and leave it right there. If you made it to the end of the reading and found that it is resonating with you, definitely go ahead and drop a comment in the comment box below. Of course, like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, if you are resonating and you want to check out the extended, all the information for that is going to be in the description box below. So if you are leaving me here, again, I thank you. And for those who are going to be joining me in the extended, I'll see you guys over there. And as always, peace, love, and smiles. Later.